It was just a few days, but it felt like forever.
When will they announce we won?
Soon. I have written an acceptance speech.
Great thinking. Oh, here it is!
Welcome back. I know you're super excited to hear the winner of our song contest. So am I. Well, they're here in the studio, ready to play with Catgo and the 9 Lives.
But how could the winner be there when we're here?
Pete the Cat, Trick or Pete by James Dean.
It's Halloween. Pete the Cat is excited to go trick-or-treating in his superhero costume. I hope nothing too spooky happens, says Pete.
Don't worry, says Pete's dad. We have our flashlights. Let's go trick-or-treating, says Pete. Pete and his dad walk outside. Whoosh! The wind rustles the leaves. Pete sees something moving in the tree. It's just an owl. That wasn't too spooky, says Pete.
They arrive at a neighbor's house. Pete rings the bell. He hears a strange sound coming to the door. It's just Callie, says Pete. She's not too spooky. Callie joins Pete and his dad trick-or-treating. At the next house, there is something in the yard. Whew, it's just a scarecrow, says Pete. That's not too spooky.
Pete rings the doorbell. Trick or treat, says Pete and Callie. Awesome costume, says Pete. Very spooky, but not too spooky. Thank you, says Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard. At the next house, there is something glowing on the steps. Cool, says Pete. Jack-o'-lanterns.
Callie rings the doorbell. Trick or treat, says Pete and Callie. It's Pete's teacher. One piece of candy each, she says. Suddenly they hear something behind them. What was that? Asks Callie. Oh, it's just our friend Emma, says Pete. Not spooky, but groovy.
One last house, and then we'll go home, says Pete's dad. Pete rings the bell. Ding dong! Yikes! It's a spooky ghost, screams Pete. Don't be silly, Pete. It's just me, says Grandma. Callie and Pete gets treats and hugs. Trick-or-treating wasn't too spooky at all. It was actually full of sweet surprises.
Happy Halloween! For more great books, make sure you subscribe to our channel.